Hi, everyone. Today, I want to share with you a wonderful story. It's not only to help you practice listening, but also to give you motivation.
There was once a quiet little town, surrounded by green hills and silver rivers. The streets were clean, the houses were small but warm. The people lived simple lives. But this town carried a strange secret. In this town, no clock ever worked, not a single one. The people tried everything. They bought new clocks, they fixed old ones, they even brought watches from faraway cities. But every time, the clock stopped ticking. No one knew why. No one could explain. And slowly, the people stopped asking. They learned to live without time. Each morning, the sun rose over the hills, and the people woke up when the light touched their windows. Each evening, the sky turned red, and the people knew it was time to rest. Life was peaceful, but something felt incomplete. Without clocks, the people could not measure their days. They never knew if they were late or early. They simply guessed. Among them was a young boy named Daniel. Daniel was curious. He often asked questions that others ignored. One day, he asked his father, "Why do our clocks never work?" The father shook his head. "No one knows, Daniel. It has been this way for as long as we remember." But Daniel was not satisfied. The search for the truth. Daniel decided to search for the truth. He spoke with the elders of the town. He listened to the stories of travelers. He even prayed quietly each night. One evening, Daniel met an old woman at the edge of the river. Her eyes were gentle. Her voice was soft. She said to him, "Child, the clocks do not work because the people have forgotten something important." Daniel leaned closer. "What have they forgotten?" The woman replied, "They have forgotten honesty and faith." Time cannot live in a place where lies and doubt are stronger than truth and trust. Daniel's heart shook. He wanted to believe her, but he was not sure. Could it really be that simple? Daniel's test. The next day, Daniel decided to test her words. He noticed that in the town, people often spoke half-truths. A farmer promised to deliver food on one day, but came many days later. A shopkeeper promised fair prices, but added hidden costs. Children promised to help, but quickly forgot. No one thought these small lies mattered, but Daniel began to see. They had power, they broke trust, they weakened faith. He remembered the woman's words. He believed she might be right. The choice to be honest. Daniel made a choice. He would live with complete honesty, even when it was hard, even when it hurt. One day, he lost a coin on the street. His friend found it and tried to keep it. But Daniel gently said, "That coin is mine. Please return it." The friend looked ashamed, but gave it back. Another day, Daniel made a mistake in the shop. He dropped a jar and broke it. The shopkeeper was angry, but Daniel spoke honestly. "I broke it. I will help you clean. I will repay you." The shopkeeper's face softened. He saw the boy's truthfulness and felt respect, little by little. Daniel's honesty spread. Others began to notice. They began to copy him. The farmer kept his promise on time. The shopkeeper stopped cheating. The children kept their word. And slowly, trust returned to the town. The miracle one morning, something strange happened. A clock in the town square began to tick. At first, only Daniel noticed. Tick, tick, tick. He called the others. They gathered around in surprise. The hands of the clock were moving, for the first time in years. The people gasped. The elders wept. It was true. The clocks came alive when honesty returned. Day by day, more clocks began to work. Watches ticked, bells rang, time returned to the town. The people understood the mystery. They had not lost time. They had lost truth. They had not lost hours. They had lost faith. And now both were restored. The moral lesson. From that day on, the town was different. People respected their words. They lived with faith in one another, and every clock in town worked faithfully. Daniel grew into a wise young man. He never forgot the lesson. He often told others, "Time is not kept only by clocks. It is kept by honesty and faith." And whenever people were tempted to lie or to doubt, they remembered the years when no clocks worked. They remembered the silence of still hands. And they chose truth instead. The town became a place of trust, a place of faith, a place where time lived, not just in clocks, but in the hearts of the people. And so, dear listener, remember this: time moves best when our words are true.